At one point, I was told that Hlophe, what do you call it, held me with a scruff of the neck. I mean, what nonsense is that? Can you imagine Dr. Hlophe, a judge, doing that? Have you ever seen me beating up anybody? That's not the kind of stuff that we do. So there is operation propaganda that is meant just to destroy the credibility of the MK party.
I see. Because you see, there was a bit of competition. Because I was seen as an intellectual and he wanted to claim that space of being an intellectual.
To claim that space?
That is Floyd. Floyd hated me more than Julius because I was seen as the intellectual of the party and he couldn't stomach that. In fact, I think that he must have instigated Julius to fire me, actually.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us more.
1885. Conflict is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and whilst there are hidden hands in these conflicts, there's also gross human rights violations happening. We need to start admitting that besides the West, Africa's biggest problem is President Kagame. How are the discussions going with President Kagame in regard to the DRC after he threatened Mr. Ramaphosa? Thank you.
Of the MK party. None of this thing that you are saying has got any basis. It's baseless stuff. People just make things up. They really do. There's no such a thing. That caucus is strong. There will be differences here and there, but nothing to the extent of saying there is a revolt. That's absolute rubbish. No such a thing.
No, there's no relationship whatsoever
Between you and the CIC.
No.
Then what about Floyd Shivambu? Like as you just said, he's one of the intellect person.
No, in fact, he is more hostile towards me than even the CIC.
Minister, Agenda 2063 speaks and guides us in the long-term development and growth across the continent, such as African Continental Free Trade Area, regional cooperation, peace and stability, to name a few. Unfortunately, none of the above are possible without silencing of the guns on our continent, and Africa has become a prioritized region in the scramble for power and resources by the global superpowers, which started at the Berlin Conference in 1885.
The media is that we listen to all kinds of gossip. If there were any ructions in the caucus of the MK party, you'll be the first to see, because all our proceedings as the caucus are live and all of that. The spirit of the MK party caucus, you can read it. It's a very warm spirit. Now, to have all these gossips that you listen to, you want to prioritize, I just don't know.
Of the progressive forces. While internal disagreements and different thoughts should be expressed internally, there is no space for any public disagreement, disharmony, and disrespect. Public disagreement, disharmony, and disrespect, or perceptions that such exist, will weaken the faith and confidence our people have in our organization. Our organization, Umkhonto weSizwe.
We hear very disturbing rumors that the VAT would have been increased by 2%. In other words, we hear rumors that this ANC-led government wanted to impoverish our people. Okay, we have no sympathy with that. The minister must come here and say what he wanted to say, and then we'll deal with it here.
Thank you. Honorable Mulder.
Why do you think white people would pay about 1 billion rand for Ramaphosa to be the ANC president? Why? The only reason is because he's going to serve their interests. So Ramaphosa is the same as a homeland leader. It's just that we have now one big homeland called South Africa, and the homeland leader is Cyril Ramaphosa. But he's a sellout as much as Matanzima, Mangope, and all those people. He's working for the white people against black people and black advancement.